DPL, it's been a minute. My heartfelt apologies, but you know what time it is. It's time for you to put on your baby dolls and tell your cellmate to shut the because it's time for the weekly update. Now, you may have noticed I've been a little bit busier as of late. I've been coaching high school football. Things have been kind of crazy. Yeah, so I'm sorry I've missed, a couple updates here and there, trying to get back on track. So here we go. This is what happened last week. I defeated my boy Wolverine, which would never happen in real life. He'd kick the shit out of me if it was a real fight. But fantasy football, I had the advantage. It was never interesting. It was never really in doubt. Flacco had a great game for him. Cincinnati is having a bit of a resurgence under Joe Flacco. Who would have figured that? Super cool. I love what it means for Chase Brown, though. I benefited from that. He's been really good the last 2 weeks because of Flacco. He's got an AC joint sprain this week. Don't know if he's going to play. Flacco, that is. So that kind of hurts me with Chase Brown potentially and all those other pieces. So we'll see how that goes. DPG Bloodline, better luck this week going up against 0-8 Jabin Dog. That's what's happening this week. I think Wolverine is going to get back on track with that one. And I believe Wolverine is at 4-4, so that'll take you to 5-4, and that'll put you in a good spot, hopefully, for contending for the playoffs. Other games. E versus Artie. Okay, so, my boy Eric has a really, really deadly team. He played Artie. The news of the week really was Scadaboo's death. Super sad. Super tragic. You knew the guy was going to get hurt, though. I mean, for real. He's a battering ram, right? Battering rams don't last. If he comes back, hopefully he's able to play again. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Either way, I don't know if he can continue that running style. I thought it was going to be a concussion, to be honest, but it ended up being a horrible dislocated ankle, ligament damage, nasty. Don't want to wish that on anybody. Interesting. Eric's running back situation is looking a little bit daunting. Something he'll have to figure out, I guess, moving forward. But the good news is his receivers are out of this world. Top 3 receivers in the league, basically. So it makes his team pretty much unstoppable. Tucker Kraft. Whoo, Tucker Kraft. Mini Kittle having a tight end one season, looking incredible. That was huge for him. And let's not forget, his kicker and his defense put up 50 points. So, his bye weeks, that's not very normal when that happens. So, I mean, nobody's really beaten that. He ended up scoring, I think, in the 140s, but 50 points of that was all his kicker and defense. Okay, next matchup. Oh, let's talk about actually who he's got this week. Oh, who do we got for you this week? E-Man, you've got Keegan. So, interesting. I don't know if that one's going to really be close. Keegan's doing some interesting things in terms of starting people. I think you're going to end up 7-2 after getting a W this week as well. Next matchup, the matchup of the week for this last week. Week 8 was definitely Keegan and Vela. Speaking of Keegan Wallace, wow. 141.67 to 142.97. Pretty incredible. Stuff to note. I guess Love and Brees Lightning had really big games. The Packer offense looks really, really good this year. Pieces of that offense are a little bit hard to trust outside of Tucker Kraft and maybe Josh Jacobs. But yeah, they're playing really well, putting up big points. Brees had a big game. I don't know what the trade news is. If he's going to get traded or what's going to happen. That'll be really interesting to see. For Vela, Big Pity City has been a revelation this year. Just the Colts in and of themselves have been outstanding. Daniel Jones, Michael Pittman's been one of the steals of the draft. And you're definitely benefiting from that lots, Vela. He had a really good game, as well as you're taking Rashee Rice and stashing him is starting to really pay off for you. So that's awesome. What do you got this week, Vela? Keegan, we already talked about. You got dirty slots. Vela, you end up playing Artie. I think you're going to be 6-3 by the end of this week. You should have a good week. No offense, Artie, but Vela is also one of the top teams in the league right now. He's in that second tier of teams right now with multiple scoregasms and Love up in the club. So yeah, that should go as planned, I think, for you. Mike versus Jaden last week. Jaden was 0-7 and now is 0-8. Just an absolutely rough season. We've talked about that a lot. Looks like he kind of waved the white flag in this matchup. He didn't end up replacing Lamar at all. Lamar got a 0. Mike's team played well. Lad McConkey's been kind of flipping the script for the Chargers there in terms of like lots of Johnstone and Huge and lots of Keenan Allen in the beginning. Now we're starting to see some more Lad McConkey, so that's working out for you. Way to hold on to Lad there, Mike. That's going to pay off for you moving forward. Who's Mike got this week? Mike ends up having you got me, I think, actually. Mike, I think you me doing battle this week. I don't know if that is going to go well for you. We'll see. Could be an upset, but probably going to end up without barring anything crazy. Me going to 7-2, and you dropping down to whatever it is you are fighting for the playoffs. Okay. Yeah. Oh, hey, Ashley. Multiple scoregasms. The team story of week 8, 164.66 fantasy points. Outstanding. Great performances. Solid throughout her lineup, whether it's DK Metcalf or especially Cook going nuclear, basically. But like just solid performances all around. She even had some points on her bench. That she could have plugged in and utilized. Sorry, G Dog, that you had to take the L on that one. Anyone was taking the L on that one. Basically, no one. She scored the highest points. That's rough. And you had huge games from Barkley and Taylor, who's been the RB1 absolute monster this year for you. You had really big games, 30-point games from them, and still really weren't being able to get it done. G-Dog this week is going up against Levi. I'm going to say that might be the upset of the week, potentially, just because you don't have Barkley. And so, Levi, I don't know. You got to do some creative. You got one spot on your lineup that you need to tweak there because of buy situation. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what you do and sort of what that looks like this week. Ashley is going to be going up against Todd, both in that upper echelon of teams, 6-2. I do think Ashley's firing on all cylinders right now. And Todd, looking at it, has one of the lowest points against. He has 771 points against. So basically, like when he's been going up against people, they haven't been doing much. For example, multiple scoregasms and Vela both have 952 and 970 points against. So they're really earning their VIX, getting it done, where maybe, as you could kind of argue, there's a little bit of luck going on with some of Todd's situation. And that's mostly, admittedly, Todd will tell you, due to some kind of draft day mistakes. But he's had a great season regardless and has had some really good W's in there. Okay, this week, Todd, it's going against multiple scores, like we said. Probably not going to work out well. I imagine multiple scoregasms is going to be moving on to 6-3 this week as a result of that. So great week by Ashley. In terms of Levi and Todd's matchup last week in week 8, basically due to Todd getting the victory because of Bijan and Baker's duds. Baker had like 3 fantasy points. Bijan, I think, had 4.8 or something like that. Just not enough to get it done. All right, so where are we sitting? We're sitting pretty right now. We got dirty slots. Eric is the head of our league right now at 6-2, just like I am, but he's got a slightly more points scored in favor of him right now. He's got a fantastic team after some of the moves that were made earlier in the season. I'm sitting right back behind him. And so is Todd. I think that's going to change due to the points for and against. We got multiple and Vela and Love in the club all at 5-3. Lots of points scored against them, and they've scored lots of points as well. So they are definitely legit teams. Love in the club, I think you're going to have to be, get some creative dubs to sort of stay in it, but you got a really good chance with that record to be able to make the playoffs. G-Dog and DPG as well are right in the playoffs at this point in time. And you guys can definitely have solid enough teams, especially like with G-Dog's Barkley and Taylor being able to come up with good performances here late in the season. It'll help buoy your teams for the playoffs, I think. Okay, everyone else basically you're in a fight. You kind of people down there in the twos and two wins and no wins. It's about pride right now. You can't let yourself just go quietly into that dark night. You got to put up a fight. You got to make moves on the waiver wire. You got to make some trades. You got to do something. You can't just sit around and watch us dominate. So good luck this week. We got Thursday Night Football tonight. I think the Ravens are going to smash the Dolphins. Yeah, I wish you great luck in your matchups.